He must like a porn star.
Hey!
Yo, the amount of screwing that takes place on Fatal Seduction is enough to have a lot of people sorted out for a really long time. But there's still shows like Ushaka Ilembe and Adulting, and all of them are churning out these explicit, steamy sex scenes. Fatal Seduction, however, has proven me and a lot of people wrong. And fun fact, the show is an adaptation of the Mexican telenovela Dark Desire, so there's a lot of source where it came from. Volume 1 of the Dark series has given us a murder mystery, crime thriller, as well as a complex web of deception. And, of course, a lot of thirst to work with. They were doing it all the time and everywhere, child. But it made all the sense for the key story arcs in The Tale of Lust as a window to destruction. And while Netflix has yet to confirm whether or not Season 2 will be coming, Volume 2 is ready for arrival. And you know, Netflix being Netflix, they are stretching out the show over 2 volumes. And that tells me they've got confidence in the show being good enough to attract subscribers for Volume 2. But back to those steamy scenes. We knew this was coming when Netflix dropped the official trailer for the South African drama series on Monday, June 26. And I asked myself, how the hell did so many sex scenes make it past a lot of social media channels without being flagged for something? But people are eating it up, seeing as the highly anticipated show has arrived to much hype on the internet and has remained the #1 most watched series on Netflix in South Africa since it came out on July 11th. Fatal Seduction boasts a neat cast featuring some of our favorite actors, Khomotso Christopher, Thapelo Mokoena, and amongst others, Lunati Mampofu. There's also Prince Ruth Worms. Shot on location in the upmarket mansions of Cape Town, Volume 1 of the sensational show unfolds when Nandi, played by renowned South African actress Khomotso Christopher, spends a fated weekend away from her husband, Leonard, who is portrayed by Thapelo Mokoena. Jiggy she meets an alluring tempter, a hot, mysterious young man called Jacob, who is played by Prince Ruth Worms. Lunati Mampofu plays a Brenda, who is a woman that has a troubled past and also happens to be Nandi's best friend. Running out the cast is Ngele Ramulundi and Francis Sholto Douglas, who plays Nandi and Leonard's daughter Zinhle, and Zintle's best friend Laura, respectively. By now, Nandi, an established and rich professor, was thirsty enough to just allow the whole thing to start spiraling as fast as it did. She's also relieving a traumatic miscarriage, and with Leonard seemingly emotionally unavailable at the time, she starts cheating on her husband. Soon enough, my lady hooks up with a handsome stranger that she meets while drowning in her own marital mgowo. And you know what? Brenda gets a lot of blame for how that came out because she's the one who said, "Girl, your man is cheating on you. You aren't getting laid and you're a damn mess. Look over there." Very quickly, tragedy ensues and Nandi's world crumbles around her. What follows is the unraveling of hidden intentions, which sets off a chain reaction with powerful results. Little did the girlies know, Kesana, that the mysterious stranger is no stranger at all. In fact, he is out for blood, and soon enough, he'll be executing a carefully planned revenge against both Brenda, Nandi, and her entire family. There are so many sick plot twists on the show, and it actually made for an addicting crime thriller. Apart from all the soft, is the show worth your time? We are taking a deep dive into the storyline, the quality of production, the cast, and more in our reaction. Stick around until the end for the final score. Clap back in the comments and subscribe to this here channel. There's a sex scene pretty much every 5 minutes on Fatal Seduction. But there's more than Claw for the crime thriller, which has been the talk of the town since dropping on Friday. The show draws us into a complicated web of murder mystery as soon as we even process the first round of shags right at the start of the show. We meet Nandi, a professor at the University of Cape Town. She's married to Leonard, a top judge. Together, the power couple are raising their bi-curious daughter, Zinhle, who gets entangled in her parents' dangerous dance with fire. It doesn't take long for the perfect picture to be disrupted. Nandi's life starts spiraling when she meets Jacob, a 24-year-old stunner at the beach. Having not gotten any action from her husband Leonard for 9 months, Nandi is already massively thirsty when Brenda leads her into the arms of Jacob. Spoiler alert, in a shocking twist of events that chilled the spine, Brenda is found dead in her home literally the night they met and hung out with Jacob. And after biting the apple and putting her entire marriage at risk, Nandi soon finds out that Jacob is one of her students, which is actually kind of crazy to me because a lecturer would have at least noticed one of her students in the lecture hall. No, Jacob is out for blood. What Nandi doesn't know is that, at least initially, Jacob lured her into his world in a bid to destroy her and her family. Again, spoiler alert, it turns out that Nandi's husband, Leonard, used his privilege as a judge to mastermind a massive criminal cover-up that sent the wrong man to jail. His mother would be so traumatized by that incident that she was later diagnosed with psychosis and could no longer function as she could before. In a nutshell, this rich family has destroyed Jacob's life, and he has intentions of using her to get justice for his family. What follows is a fast-paced unraveling of a crime thriller. Now, Nandi has cheated on her husband. If it comes out, their marriage could be toast. Jacob's double life and dark intentions are being dragged out from the ground, but it also looks like the trail will lead to Leonard's dark secret. Fatal Seduction was a pleasant surprise for me. Netflix didn't give it as much of a push as some of their more recent local series like Young, African and Famous. So I just thought, add to that the fact that it seemed like sex was being used to drive the show's appeal. I was just like, ow. But the show is really good. It has a lot of elements working in its favor, and I think Volume 2 will be even bigger. Is it perfect? No. The switch from being a serial monogamist who upholds her marriage to being obsessively infatuated with Jacob happened way too fast for my liking. It was like Nandi had just been sitting there waiting to meet this Jacob and then do too much with him. I could poke some holes here and there, but honestly, Fatal Seduction is a really decent show. I'm looking forward to Volume 2 and also very excited to confirm that the sex scenes were not even amongst the best things about the show for me.
Clap if you care. Clap if you care.
What did you guys think? Spill in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, peace.